The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. And that's why I don't do 2 shows a day. That's all. Just going to throw that out there. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to McStabber Studios, Kansas City, a domain divided. I am, I think, the storyteller tonight, Shanky McStabber.
And I am Mama McStabber, and I am playing Dr. Katarina Rakosi of Clan Zamitsi.
I'm Dale, playing Callum McFarlane of Clan Ventru.
And I'm Ree. I'm playing Rashad Giovanni of the Hokata.
I'm House. I play Bo Solomon, Clan Toreador.
Hi, I'm McStabber Studios, and I'm playing Gwen Schultz of the Ministry.
So, let's see. What happened last week as a summary? Well, Gwen ran into a old acquaintance of hers. Turns out to be a hunter, or hunter adjacent. We'll go with hunter adjacent for now. And then she proceeded to come back and tell her coterie about running into her hunter adjacent ex-friend, ex-boyfriend, something. In which case the coterie immediately said, ghoul him as their solution to that problem. And then the coterie chose violence and set out to go deal with a bed and breakfast.
Always wake up and choose violence.
Yes. Because they went and they, not only did they burn this bed and breakfast that was a Sabbat safe house to the ground, or at least they burned the safe house portion of it, they did so everyone looking like Rourke and Becky. So Becky's and Rourke's burned down a Sabbat safe house. All as a group.
And I made sure to blow a kiss and flipped them off to the camera.
Yeah, because of course they did. And then as we ended the episode, everyone had a dream during the day, a daydream. For everyone except Kat, it was a dream of being pursued in a field, hunted like a mouse, with the owls circling and looking for them. But for Kat, she had a dream of the sleeping dragon who opened its eyes long enough, or one eye long enough to look at her before going back to sleep. And where we pick up tonight, it's a few days after those events. You've been told to gather as a group and to come to a soup kitchen just outside the rack to meet with Manuel. He has apparently decided you all need an audience with him, whether you wanted one or not. So as you all have gathered in the logistics and have piled up in a vehicle to go and meet with him, I'll turn the scene over. We were opening scene. You all riding in a vehicle over to go see Manuel at his soup kitchen. Can't even talk.
Well, I had a weird fucking dream last night. Anyone?
was it?
Some small creature being pursued, we're in mortal danger, prey, kind of like, predator prey shit, stuff like that. Makes me feel really good.
I had something similar, though I was under the impression it was a pseudo premonition.
Well, I don't get those, and I had that too.
Awesome.
Me too.
What about you, Kat?
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't have that dream, or
I didn't have that dream.
did you have any dreams?
Yeah, but not that one.
Anything weird in your dream?
Just a recurring dream, one that I used to have before I was turned.
I was under the impression Alkine no longer had dreams outside of the few seers.
Yeah, it's definitely
Okay,
odd.
let's go. Let's see if she's lying on this.
Okay,
Bullshit
so this
check.
is an opposed roll.
Okay.
Yep.
This will be cats are going to use composure and subterfuge.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah,
I got shit on that.
you're going to roll it. The rest of
Wits
you,
insight with detect lies.
yeah, wits, insight, detect lies is a good one to roll against it. Pray to
Could
the
I
RNG
do-
gods.
Could I do subterfuge as well to recognize if she?
Yeah, you can always
I got
check.
one.
Okay, Gwen's at 4,
I don't lie. I'm not lying.
Bo's at 4.
Is there a margin I need to hit on this?
No.
Or is it okay?
It's just a
making sure,
it's
like-
just a
Gotta beat it.
contested roll.
It's a contested roll. You just have to beat her.
Was it a fair fight?
So, she's not lying. I will say that she didn't lie,
She's just not being detailed.
but you've got enough successes to know that there's a lot more she's leaving unsaid.
So my guess is you not being forthcoming has purpose, and we should leave it at that.
I'm not sure what to really make of it.
I mean, I don't want to prod if it's going to piss you off.
It's not going to piss me off, Bo, but as a ghoul, I used to have dreams. I used to have dreams of a dragon-like creature sleeping under New York City. And I went to my grandmother, who I was serving, and told her about it, and she told me, don't worry about it. So I tried not to, even though I kept having the fucking dreams. But then there was a time, sometime during the war, that I stopped having the dreams. Then I was embraced, and I left town. Went to Chicago, spent 20 years there, had no dreams. I come here, and within 6 months, right after we blow up that Sabat safe house, I have a dream of a dragon-like creature sleeping under the city, and he peeked an eye open and looked at me. And then went back to sleep.
I wonder if he was also looking at the rest of us, but we couldn't see it, and that was the looming presence, I imagine.
I know what it is. I've had 20 years to figure it out. I know what it is. Or at least what it's supposed to be. It is the eldest among us. It is my clan's progenitor.
Have you reached out to this
No,
person?
I'm not stupid.
She did buy a house on a ley line that it's tweaking,
Well, I'm building a house on a ley line.
or the land.
Yeah.
That
So
could have something to do with it.
it could. Maybe. I don't know. It led me to it. I don't know. It's not like I could stop it even if I knew.
Do we think that that's what's causing the issues with the ley lines, though, and the turns? I mean,
Based on what Callum told us, it's not just that, it's others also.
yes, I don't know if that the eldest is causing that. I think it's
It might be, but it could also be interfered by others.
maybe it's an intersection of all of them together. And
Exactly.
it's just a huge mess.
Clusterfuck, yes. But needless to say, that definitely, that action got its attention briefly. And yeah, I'm just trying to piece together why the fuck. Obviously, he left New York around the time of the war. And now he's here, where there's yet another war. I know for a fact, I mean, this is what I've been like hyper-focused on since this fucking dream, right? I know for a fact that in New York, at the time that I was there, my family wasn't the only Revenant family there. There were Xantosas in that area too. And now we're here, and there's influence of my family and the Xantosas again. And he's here. One of them motherfuckers brought him.
Well, it wasn't you.
No, it wasn't me.
Forgive me, I'm not exactly an expert on the Sabbat, but I was under the impression that their whole goal was the destruction of the older kindred. Why would they?
Revenants are not necessarily kindred. I can't tell you what Becky has at her disposal from her family. And honestly, something that ancient could command living or undead, as it willed. They could try to destroy it all they want.
I mean, it sounds like the bigger question might be, are they just pawns of it?
I don't know. I don't even know if he fucking cares. Ultimately.
He cared somewhat to show up in dreams.
Something obviously near where he's sleeping blew up. It's probably jolted him awake briefly.
How close was the house to the ley line? Sorry, the one that we...
It was close enough. Wasn't
Okay.
right on it, but it's close enough. You don't have to be right on it to interact.
And this eldest isn't working for the good of your clan, I take it.
Okay, let's be real. Any of us get any age on us, are we really working for the good of any clan? We're working for the good of ourselves.
You need age for that to be true?
Not always. Some of the young ones are like that too.
I mean, Augustus wasn't perfect, but he kept us alive. Or unalive,
Ask who
I
it
suppose.
benefits. Always ask who it benefits.
Do you know where he slept in New York? Is there an intersection there too?
I didn't know much about that then, but considering what New York City is, I'd be a fool to think there wasn't. And considering how over the years so many powers vied to control it, Not just with our kind, others too.
Maybe the intersection of the lines is just one of those areas we should keep away from. We don't have elders here telling us where not to go, but I think, like we did in Chicago, I think that we have figured out one of those places, though.
Yeah, it's obviously not far from the heart of their domain because that's where we were. Although it is hilarious that we were able to waltz right into the heart of their fucking domain, accomplish that, and get out without being accosted. Shows their security isn't as tight as they want everybody to believe.
Or they don't give a shit.
Perhaps they knew what would happen if we attacked it.
I'm not going to give them that much credit.
But it could be the antediluvians' plan.
Maybe.
I don't know why he would care about us, but
No, I don't know why he cares about me. Why I've seen him in life and in death.
maybe
I've
we're
never
connected
gotten
somehow.
any orders. I've never gotten any directives that I'm aware of. Maybe I'm not important at all.
Rashad would like to scry the soul on Cat Arena, please.
Okay. That's resolve all specs, isn't it? That sounds right.
Intelligence aspects. I
Intelligence all
believe.
specs, okay. That works.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna hold on willpower.
Let's see what
That's
you get.
great. So 6, I think.
Okay, now for Cat, you get to roll to oppose it, thankfully. Oh, you don't have a choice. You have to.
I don't have a choice. I have to. What do I
The beast will always try to
defend itself?
defend itself.
Gotcha.
Yep. So it is, I know it's composure or something. It is composure subterfuge. I know, I laugh.
Cat's just getting read to filth this episode.
Yeah, no, that's nothing. That's a big bad 0. I have all of 2 dice for that pool.
So you've got 4. No crit. So what are your 2 questions there?
I did get a crit.
There is a crit
Oh,
there.
there is?
Yeah, there
Yeah,
is.
Let me double check.
Yeah.
That's
4,
all right.
5,
I
6 with a
revealed.
crit.
Oh, no, the crit means the crit just means I get to say something special. That's all. Critical win reveals something I get to determine. That's all. So she hasn't committed. You've got enough now to know she didn't commit diablerie.
Nope.
She's not under blood sorcery or other magic. She is a vampire. Pretty good on that one. Does Cat have a resonance
Not
in her blood?
currently.
And what is your emotional state right now?
Distressed.
Distressed?
She's keeping a calm facade, but she is distressed.
For the critical win, something recently has touched her aura.
I have observed your aura for a moment, Ms. Bakosi, and I do have a small bit of information that may make your mood worse. Would you like to know?
Fuck it, throw it on me.
Something has influenced your aura. I'm not exactly sure what they've done, so it is possible that it's something more powerful than I am. But your dream appears to be a bit more accurate. You may have wanted to know.
Great. Not like there's shit I can do about it.
It is just Cat who's been touched, not all of us, correct? I imagine
What do
so,
you
since
want?
she's the only one who saw, but
Do you want to know?
you've already read my secret.
Okay, so
Right, then
you still got to do your rouse check from your previous roll, by the way, Rashad.
Yeah,
Oh, no, I
did
see it.
earlier
Never mind, I
in
see it. You went to hunger too. So you're going to do it again. This time, you're going to roll intelligence aspect against Gwen's composure subterfuge.
Oh, wait, maybe. Oh, never mind. That's fine.
Okay.
Wow.
Gwen's got 3.
Oh, wait, that was wits. Oops, hold on. Wrong dice pool.
That's so many dicing.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Why am I rolling so?
One
It's
success
like me
so
from 2
far.
weeks ago.
2 successes. You cannot read her aura tonight.
Oh, oops, sorry.
Now you can rouse that one too. Let's see you get the 3 hunger. No, you're at 2 hunger still.
Unfortunately, Miss Schultz, I am unable to see your aura clearly at the moment.
Why?
I can't be sure. Some people are adept at protecting themselves, others are defended by other means. It's
Oh,
also possible that I am not as capable after doing so for Miss McCosy. It is there are limitations.
Maybe a little performance anxiety from checking out Cat too. It's all right. It happens to everyone.
Damn, Bo. I'm not sure if I should take that as a compliment or a put down.
Just trying to lighten the mood, you know. Be glad I'm in a chipper mood after all the stuff that's been going on the last few days.
That's a mood. That's a mood.
anything change?
Yeah.
Did you perhaps take a walk on the wild side? From what I've heard?
Oh, me. No. Oh, you weren't there. I forgot about that. You were not there. No, he was just a very handsome werewolf.
You all notice Rashad goes blank-eyed. Rashad, while you're unfocused. Maybe it's because Gwen said the word pawn, you don't know, but your vision shifts. And you see a chessboard, empty of pieces. The pieces are all lined up to the side. And as you watch pieces start to populate the board, the game is beginning. And then your vision returns back to yourself.
Something has changed. I don't normally receive visions without intentionally doing so, but I saw a chessboard being populated with pieces. So if your elder is in fact doing this, then I believe they may have made their first move, or perhaps someone else.
Who are
Again,
they playing against?
I don't know, and I'm not sure it would be wise for me to pry too deeply.
it's not like we can do shit about it.
Yeah, but typically that type of knowledge is good too.
I'm not going to
Protect
say it's not.
yourselves.
I don't disagree. But sure, it's great to know you're a pawn.
Because you have 6 with a crit, Rashad, I will tell you, your premonition tells you nobody's a pawn yet. The board is being set up. The pieces aren't even in play.
It may be an assumption on my part, but I think it's more accurate that the sides are being drawn
Oh,
and the pawns are being selected, so to speak.
Well, that's better than, being a tiny little bit of prey scampering around.
Yeah, but everyone looks for the higher pieces.
yeah.
Those are the first ones targeted.
These pawns get
Actually
attacked.
targeted.
At least pawns can do some damage too.
Exactly.
I'd rather be off the board.
Be careful.
I swear you say that every night we are together.
Perhaps one of these nights someone will listen.
I mean, to be fair to Rashad, he is one of the only ones who hasn't come up against this drama, problems that the rest of us had. He's doing something right.
I give it time.
Yeah, we're about to go see the president of the HOA. I'm
Yes.
sure that will go very swimmingly. And I say this with love. Let's be careful how we address him being, gone for a bit.
Oh, I'm not saying shit about it. That's not my business.
You can understand why I might be a hair concerned.
I get it. But yeah, no,
Okay.
I ain't saying shit about that. That's not my business.
Okay.
I only shared it with y'all because it was told to me. I didn't care. I had opinions on it, but ultimately it's not my business.
Alan, you've been awfully quiet. What do you think about this? All this?
Well, the cat's progenitor is frightening in itself, but I'm wondering if maybe in some way it's not even aware of the effect that it's having on everything around it, particularly with these ley lines.
Probably, you may be right. It may
amplifying its power or whatever they're doing.
It may be intentional. It may just be instinctual.
I get this image in my head, kind of like, when a whale feeds, like it's swimming through the ocean, but it doesn't really feed and open its mouth until there's enough stuff there to fill its belly or whatever. Like maybe that's what this thing does. Goes from place to place, stirs up a bunch of stuff, and then whatever it gets from all this conflict has to get to a certain point before it can satiate itself.
Great. That's
Was
a
not the
terrifying
metaphor.
thought.
That was not the metaphor I was expecting.
That's a
What metaphor were
terrifying
you
thought. Thank
expecting?
you.
Not whales.
You get what I'm saying.
I
though,
get
right?
No, I do. It's a great metaphor.
It's much
just
better than
not
the one I thought of.
But seriously, that's fucking terrifying. Don't ever say
Yeah.
that out loud again.
I think you are likely correct.
Exactly. Don't ever say that out loud again. Fuck.
Like you said, when you get to a certain point, like, do you even care?
Can
What
I
you're
run away
doing.
to a cave somewhere now? Okay.
Isn't that what your bunker was supposed to be? And now it's like in the middle of everything.
I'm trying to get as far out and still
Kinda
be attached
backfired
as
a
I
little bit.
can. I know.
I'm
Ley
sure-
lines, werewolves, progenitors,
Yeah.
you're right in the
Yeah.
shit right now.
I know. I did not want this. God damn.
Bo, I think that's a new song we should come up with.
Right in the shit right now.
Lupines to the left of me, progenitors to the right.
Here I am stuck in this shit with you.
Oh, my God.
And then she turns on Steeler's wheel stuck in the middle with you.
And at that point, I think this is where you've pulled up to down the street from the soup kitchen that you're supposed to go and meet. It's actually set up at one of the homeless shelters. So you all find some parking and get out onto the street. You're actually not too far from the rack. I'd put you, you're kind of actually between Bella's location and the rack on that little block right there.
Okay.
So as you all are walking up, you can see people filing in and out. It's set up, the soup kitchen actually set up with a dining hall in the kitchen. And as you come inside, of course, Manuel is there still looking like he always does. But you're shocked to see Tanya is there tonight with him too. Though she is not helping serve food like he is, she is sitting kind of behind him, keeping an eye on him. As you all come in, and it's a pretty busy night. There's quite a number of people here. As always, when he's handing out food, there's a lot of people who need the food now. And as you come in, Tanya immediately notices her eyes just cut to you, but she doesn't make a move. She just sits there and waits until Manuel notices you. And when he notices you, he just kind of waves you over in between greeting the various people as they come up. He seems to know most of them by name. Though the names he gives, I mean, Socks, calls one of them Socks. One of them's Boxman. He's got nicknames, it seems, for most of them. Hey.
Good evening.
I was just getting ready to take a break, unless you all feel like you want to serve some people. But
I was going to ask if any help was needed in the kitchen itself.
Well, I'm sure after we're done speaking, if you wish, you can go help them out in the kitchen.
I'd be, I would be more than happy to.
Oh, that would be, I'm sure that they would appreciate it. I know Jonesy over here probably would love it. And Jonesy, this guy has got to be about 70 years old. Comes over with a tray. Jonesy will eat you out of house and home if you let him, won't you, Jonesy? And Jonesy just goes, hey, you know, I do like to get some food once in a while. See, watch out for him.
Thanks for the warning.
And as he comes over, he gives him a plate and he goes, we'll step over here. And Tanya, she doesn't move, but her eyes don't leave Manuel as he gets up. It's almost like laser focused on him as he moves over to the side where you can talk.
I'm going to hang back a little bit. I'm still going to follow the group, but I'm going to also kind of periodically clock her.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to do wits awareness just to like keep an eye out for things like that.
Okay.
I'll be up with Manuel then.
I mean, everyone's going with him. You don't
Yeah.
not go with the prince, but it's
just like
I just want
Bo's up
closer,
front.
I just want to be able to occasionally glance at Tanya.
You're going to position yourself so you can keep an eye on her at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Oh, great roll there, Gwen.
I know, Jesus.
2 successes. Okay, that's good.
A 9 dice.
I would have took half.
A bad day.
Normally, Gwen's wits awarenesses are pretty good.
It's a bad day today.
It's got to be relatively safe because Shanky didn't ask for us all to roll wits awareness.
No, yeah, I'm just looking for details.
You got 2 as well, huh? Okay. Keep note of that. So as you're watching her, she don't pay attention to you at all. She's watching Manuel. We'll come back to that. So now that I'm back, I've heard you all have been busy.
It's been an eventful bit of time, certainly.
No. So fill me in. What else? What did I miss?
I guess the above table. What time frame would what? I guess what's the last the furthest thing that would have happened since an update was given?
Well, you don't know exactly when he left. You don't know if he's aware of the restaurant or anything.
Well, as promised, Becky had paid a visit to mine and Callum's restaurant.
Well, she didn't.
Well, yes, yeah, her
Templar
subjects,
Ricosi did.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Ricosi.
Yes, my brother.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I mean,
Yeah.
aptly though, he was there as a rat.
Yeah.
So that's what Christabella meant by the sewer rats are getting involved in things.
Oh, yes, there was quite a few of them hiding him.
She wasn't particular.
Yeah. And they used owls to drop basically think it was it gasoline, kerosene?
The fire, an accelerant.
An accelerant and the fire, basically.
And they messed up some of Callum's front of house staff. Lethal action had to be taken.
That's why the place was burned to the ground.
They have also
I was told about that.
They've recruited errant members of my family as well. 2 of them, as far as I know.
Well, we've suspected. We've suspected for a while now that there were others of your clan working with him. The previous group to you that was in that domain, they had a necromancer among them and found out that they couldn't, a meeting they were supposed to attend, they couldn't scout out. Large portions of the buildings was off limits to their allies. That's only can be done by other necromancers, I assume. I'm not all up to date on all that, but
Then, as to not, sit back on our heels, back on our ass, we struck one of their safe houses that was being disguised as a bed and breakfast.
we see that's why I wanted to call you together here on this one. You see, I heard about that. We burned it down, and you did it looking like them.
Yes.
Yes.
It's rather ingenious, really, when you think about it.
Thank you.
Cat's idea.
So what do you have now for your next plans? What is your next step?
Well, we've been beefing up security in our domain because we fully expect them to attempt retaliation. And I've always been of the mind that the best defense is a good offense.
You're beefing up the defenses in your domain. Speaking of that domain, how attached are you to it?
Not particularly.
Well, you've shown that you can retaliate in kind when attacked. I think I should move you a little bit closer to the front line. How would you like a more economically viable location?
Where are
Always
we talking?
appealing.
Oh, not far from here, actually. Let's say the block of the T-Mobile Center, the block north of it, the block east of that. It would be bounded by the various roads there, of course. I would give you I'd have to pull the map to show you, but it would put you between the Rack and Sabat territory, of course.
So we'll be able to catch them before they try to hit the rack.
I would like that area very much.
Any other vulnerabilities outside of the obvious that we should be aware of with this domain?
I mean, there's some pluses. With the T-Mobile Center, that attracts a number of nighttime shows, nighttime events, makes it good hunting. And of course, being people are released late at night, that means there's a good selection of bars, eating venues, and everything around it, which gives it a rather active nightlife. For weaknesses, I mean, you're between the Rack
And their territory.
and their territory.
Right. Well, yeah, I guess that's what I meant by the obvious. I didn't know if there was anything unobvious that...
Well, you are in the heart of Nosferatu's land, under the city, of course.
There it is.
I figured since you all may have a beef with them,
I mean, I only ate one of their rats to prove a point.
it might put you in a position
I said, yeah, they have just as much beef with us, but
It might put you in a good position to tweak their noses a little bit. We'll put it that way. I like that term this week.
I
Gwen,
think
you've
that sounds
been
like an
watching.
excellent idea.
Tanya has not, her eyes have not moved from Manuel the entire time. She hasn't even blinked while watching it.
I mean, it seems like we have general interest looking at everyone else. I'm not here to speak in the affirmative one way or the other, but that sounds great. I think we would greatly appreciate a change of venue, as they say.
I'm in agreement.
Good. Then we will draw up a nice little, I'll get it official, have the HOA council get with you, the board, to give you the exact territory. But I think that'll work out. As I said when you came here, this is a place that you've got potential for a lot of advancement. Potential for aggressive expansion, we'll say. I like that. Wow, Gwen, you got 7 on your, or hang on, I'm checking your rolls real quick for what just happened. We got 6 from Gwen, Rashad 4, Kat 2.
Yeah, only 2.
Okay.
And I have to
Gwen and
for my surge.
Rashad.
4 from Bo.
4 from Bo.
Luckily, I didn't get hungry.
Okay. Bo, Gwen, and Rashad. The prince is a little bit different than the other times you've met with him. You don't know what emotions he's reflecting back at the moment. It's hard to tell. We'll definitely get that all formalized. I'll have something sent to you in the next few days. Please make arrangements to move your domain. And we'll get you all set up there.
Or once we do get established, or at least a little initially established, being that we are, as you say, on the front lines, are there any particular targets on our opposition side that are of interest to strike? Any key spots that we need to be aware of or might be good to have our sights on?
Well, I'd imagine the real question is, are they going to figure out you've moved or not? If they figured out you moved, they'll probably retaliate back on you, and it'll be your chance to either punish them when they come in to retaliate or a flex onto them. Now, being that close to the rack, you're also deep into the area where I can have some influence on the local law enforcement to help keep disturbances under control.
Awesome.
So,
appreciate it.
My advice would be to respond with strength.
That's not a problem.
Now, as for targets to hit them back at, we're still contesting the northern industrial area. But I think, given what you've already done, I think we'd be better off if you all continue what you're doing and strike deep into their territory.
Yeah, obviously their security is not as strong as they want everyone to believe.
Well,
we're able to get in and out pretty easily.
They get in and out of ours all the time, too. How do you, in a city this size with this many people, how do you pick out the vampires among them?
Yeah.
It's rather difficult if you stay in your vehicle. Now, walking the streets is a whole nother discussion. But as long as you're in a vehicle, it's very difficult. That's why we can contest the northern industrial area, because they can't really take control of it from vehicles. They have to be out on the street. You have to be standing on it to claim the ground, as you see. so it makes it easier to find them. But when they pop up and start shit in a rack, you only know it's coming when they start. It's always the problem, you see.
Who held this territory before us?
It's one of my personal sections of the city.
Apologies for leasing an office there without your permission. I didn't know.
That's okay. You weren't doing anything that bothered me. I control a good portion of the city to be parceled out as I see fit. That is one of the perks, I think, of being prince. Any domain I haven't handed out is mine, right?
When he says that, Bo kind of wants to just kind of take a look, use his periphery to see, one, if Tanya reacted to that, and then two, if I can, my iconography on her.
Okay. You didn't see Tanya react at all.
Okay.
But she's been staring at Manuel the whole time, unblinking.
Okay.
Kindred iconography, that's intelligent streetwise. We'll go with that.
Does she seem to be like exerting herself mentally?
Not that you can tell.
Okay.
We'll see you roll your intelligence streetwise.
I'm going to willpower that.
6 is pretty good.
Might be able to do a little better. Nope.
6.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna scry his soul.
With 6, she's not wearing any iconography you recognize. She does have something. There is a motif. It's the way her hair is done up of all damn things, but you don't know what it signifies. But there's no way that her hair, which is styled in a very specific way, is anything but a message to somebody. Wow, Rashad, you did a Scry the Soul 7 and Hunger 4.
Mm,
And your beast actually speaks.
we have to get you some food. Stat.
Your beast speaks. You play a dangerous game. We have no wish to join the other side at this time. And yet you poke and prod at things you don't want to know the answer to. Don't you feel the age? Now I get to roll for him. So as you're scrying the soul on him, you didn't get a crit. He is not committed to diablerie. He is not under blood sorcery or other magic. He is a vampire. He has no residence. And his emotional state right now is muted and controlled.
Controlled, I'm assuming, as in like reserve, like in check.
Yeah,
When you
we'll
say-
say in check. We'll go with that.
Can I do an insight roll and utilize my empathy specialty on her?
Sure.
I'll just
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll just excuse myself and walk over there and grab an apron and just start some small talk to do that.
Okay. So wits empathy. That's a good cover for you going over to, get close to her again. Three. Getting close to her, the lines of her face, the way she's looking, she is remarkably impassive. Right now, there's no emotions at all betrayed on her face. No emotions shown on her face.
Is she responding to me normally? Just idle chit chat?
Her responses are delayed as if she has to think about what you've said to answer her.
Okay.
Is this personality reminiscent of anyone else that we've engaged with?
Not tonight. As you're, so we'll make sure everything's squared away on that. Keep doing what you're doing, though. I recognize that you all have come a ways, and I will make sure that everyone knows. And for a mechanic thing, if you don't have 1 dot in status of Kansas City Kindred, you now have 1 dot of status in Kansas City Kindred. Everybody gets a dot of status now. Which means people will know of you now in Kansas City's Kindred groups, because the prince will be talking about what you've done well. See, sometimes you get things without buying them for XP. If you already have a dot, you're out. You don't get anything special. And as he goes to turn and look over to watch Dale or Callum a minute, you hear screeching tires. And a car comes to a stop.
I'm going to move toward the door quickly.
And as you move towards the door, in walks 5 guys. All 5 of them are obviously gang members, sporting gang colors. They're all dressed close to the same. 2 of them have chains, 2 have bats. One's got a gun. And right here, everybody, I'm going to go to break. We will see you in 10 minutes. Please enjoy the break, everyone. Yeah, don't eat a hot dog like that on stream. It gets people riled up. I'm just saying.
Or a banana.
Or a banana. That too. Before the break, everybody, they were meeting with Manuel. It seems he has noticed that their recent victories and willingness to fight and has granted them an improved domain. It's actually a pretty lucrative spot. It was good that somebody wondered what the downside was, because it is actually a nice prime piece of real estate, which makes you wonder what hidden catches come with it.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have noticed that Tanya's acting a bit odd. Manuel's a bit odd. And right before break, the 5 guys came in, 2 with chains, 2 with bats, 1 with a gun.
I meet at 1 o'clock if any of them are breathing.
Okay, give me wits. Well, you can do wits medicine.
Mm-hmm.
A 6 with a crit. Yes, they are all 5 breathing.
Okay.
And as soon as they come in through the door, well, the guy with the gun, well. It looks like we've got us some fun to have in here tonight, boys. I think it's time to hurt people. Now, Callum, you're next to Tanya. You hear the chair she's been sitting in fall as she stands to her feet.
Mm-hmm.
And she hisses loud enough you all hear it. Get behind Manuel.
Cat immediately moves behind him.
Yep.
And she moves over to his side and she puts her arm, one hand on his shoulder, and just rests her hand on his shoulder as he's not moved from when they come in. He's staring at him. I think you have made a mistake. One chance. And the guy with the gun he levels the gun at Manuel. Only one making a mistake is you, old man. And Manuel just stares. You can, even though you're not in front of him, you're behind him, you can see You can feel the weight of the stare. It's almost as if the whole room suddenly got heavier. You should not bring weapons here. You might hurt yourself. And the guy with the gun immediately turns the gun, sticks it in his mouth, and pulls the trigger. Rashad, please give me your frenzy roll for your 4 hunger. Before I continue the rest of it.
Eyes first. The thing. How many do I need?
Just hit frenzy.
The 3 or 4.
Hit the frenzy button. Oh, 3?
Yeah, I did.
3 is enough to see blood, sight of blood at 4 or higher. You need 2 or higher. So you're okay for now as long as you're not at hunger 5. The 2 guys with the chains, one of them immediately wraps the chain around his neck, pulls it tight, and wraps the chains together as he's turning purple. The other one with the chain, he turns and begins bashing his skull on the floor with enough force that within 2 hits, there's blood leaking every which way. Now, the odd part is all the people in here eating, none of them seems to have moved other than to stare and watch. You don't know why. Then the 2 with the bat begin to bash themselves in the skull with them. Not lightly. And it's over in 30 seconds. They're all dead.
I want to clock the homeless in the place. Are any of them not breathing?
Give me another medical check.
Because that seems like they're his. Oh, no, we're going to willpower that. Because 1 is not enough. 3.
3. Given it's a crowd of people, you're sure at least 3/4 of them are breathing. It's hard to tell with everybody, with only 3 successes.
Okay, so she's going to park in her head. Maybe 1 or 2 might be kindred, but most of them are human or maybe ghoul.
And the moment that ends, Tanya collapses to the ground. Just collapses.
If I'm there, I'll try to catch her if I'm close enough to her.
You didn't expect her to do it. She hit the ground.
I'm going to check her.
When you lean over, her eyes flutter a bit. She's a bit woozy.
You all right, dear?
Yeah, hey, I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be fine. Fainting spell, that's all.
Yeah, we don't typically have those. Need some help up.
And Manuel still hasn't moved. And she lets you give her a hand up as she stands.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell her knees are a bit weak. Manuel is still standing there just as he was. I'm sure someone will clean it up, right? He turns and suddenly looks at you and he's just right back to where he was. I'm sure someone will clean it up. I'm sure. Are you okay, Tanya? You okay? She's like, I'm fine. Good. Wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you. You all right?
We're fine.
Okay, good.
Are you okay?
Why wouldn't I be okay?
No reason, just checking.
I'm perfectly fine.
A lot of excitement.
Yeah, there is a lot of excitement. It's a shame. Troublemakers coming here and going to start something like that.
That happen often.
Once in a while. We have problems with this. It's part of it's a neighborhood. Part of it, I think, is the Sabbat have started to catch on that I frequent soup kitchens.
Yeah, because I don't think that most gangs would think they would get much out of a soup kitchen.
So far, they've been nothing but an annoyance. At least this time there were no extra casualties.
Mm. And she kind of looks around at all the people.
They're back to eating. They're ignoring the bodies in the floor.
Obviously, the folks here are used to it.
You know, come to think of it, you're right.
She looks at Tanya. You sure you're okay?
I'll be fine. I just need catch my wind again. Metaphorically.
I got you. And she just
Nice
looks,
bullshit
and
check.
I just look at her and I
Okay. Bo, do a bullshit check.
somebody needs to do a bullshit check because I obviously can't.
Kat does not have the dice for that. She's like,
I'll do
nope.
a bullshit check too. Detect lies.
Sure, go ahead.
You know, we'll work at it.
There's Red's good roll. 5.
Oh, I'm still willpowering. This is important. It didn't matter.
You have 5. Bo has 5. She is lying through her damn teeth for both of you. I rolled 4 successes on her dice.
Anya, there's a lot going on in the city. I mean, we all know I've been kidnapped recently. We should work together to figure it out. Will you tell us?
Like I have time.
Where's she?
Like I have time for that. I'm busy managing his schedule. Manuel goes, I keep her busy all the time.
Where's she?
You're going to use your lore sheet, huh?
Yeah,
To get her to reveal something?
I can.
Okay. Let me find, I always have to find
Speak
it
to a
again.
vampire with genuine empathy. Difficulty of any roll to tell them is lowered by 1.
Okay. Hmm. I'm really just tied up managing Manuel most nights.
Has that gotten more difficult?
Manuel looks and smiles. He's right there with you.
I know.
Like everyone, there's good nights and bad nights. If it wasn't for her, I'd probably be a mess most nights. She helps out.
You need our help?
You can't help this. Tanya
How do
goes,
you know?
there's,
You haven't
there's no
asked.
help. Not for what? Not for him. He is who he is. He is as his sire made him. He bears that curse.
All right.
And you see janitors have come out. The bodies have been drug out, and somebody's mopping up the blood off the floor. Not going to get rid of the smell of gunpowder from the gun going off, but somebody's going to have to clean the walls and ceiling as well.
Curses are easier to manage when there's more people helping manage them. Trying to hide it.
Dear,
doesn't-
don't take this the wrong way. I don't think you are capable of managing him.
Not me by myself, no.
No, it's I don't think any of you take certain skill sets.
Kind of skill sets.
Unique ones.
Manuel, there is one thing I wanted to follow up with you.
Oh, of course, of course. Don't let this bother our business that we're conducting tonight.
I mean, should it?
No.
Oh, okay. I had put in a request at one point to meet with one of my clanmates that is on our side,
Mm-hmm.
and I've heard nothing. I assume that means no.
He has been indisposed.
All right.
I've got him tasked out doing something for me.
All right. Fair enough. I don't need to know.
And as soon as he is freed up, I will make sure he is stops in to see you.
Please make it a request. It is not something that he has to do if he doesn't want to.
He's just been doing something I deemed very important, unfortunately.
Understood. It's not my business.
I couldn't tell you if I wanted to.
Fair enough.
And he smiles a bit. If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Not the first time I've heard that.
And since so many people got good rolls earlier, Tanya's eyes narrow a bit when he says it that way.
Yeah.
And she starts watching him again.
Yeah. Not the first time I've heard that. Don't need the warning, but thank you.
I heard it in a movie once.
On that note, as far as maybe arranging meetings, I was wondering if it was possible to be introduced to Counselor of the Young.
Yes. Tanya, make a note in your book. Set up a meeting between Mr. Solomon here and Otto.
If we're requesting meetings, may I also have one with Setsuko,
Well,
please?
sure. If you want to see Setsuko, it's pretty easy. I mean, do you want to see her in Elysia or outside of Elysia? As the keeper, you can find her most nights in Elysia, but at least one of the Elysias.
Probably outside.
Tanya, make a note of that one too. She goes, of course. And you see her like thinking on it, but she's not writing anything down.
If I may make a request, I'm sure you are aware of the difficulties between the HOA and some of the family. I would like to rebuild those bonds. I would like to have some area set up for proper cousins and uncles of mine to be able to reside.
You would like a domain set aside for that. I tell
I
you what,
would.
I will make this deal with you. Continue to do good work. And we can arrange that.
Oh,
And Tanya goes, look, I'm going to have to call the meeting short. I think Manuel's going to need some rest after this. Won't you, Manuel? And he looks at her a minute. Yeah, you're probably right.
Have a good evening,
course.
both of you.
You too.
Thank you again. Thank you again for the recognition and the new domain.
Oh, that's no problem. No problem at all. As I said, it would take a few days to get, want to make sure the board is okay with it. Granted,
Certainly.
they can't outvote me. That's not how this works. But I still like to make sure that I can hear any objections they have before I do it.
For sure.
As Tanya once said, I think it was, your objections are noted and duly ignored. Tanya laughs at that. First time you've heard her laugh tonight. And she takes his arm. Come on, Manuel, let's go. And she leads him out the back.
Do we see people starting to clean up,
Well, the blood's already been cleaned up.
even on the ceiling and shit?
That one, you're not going to sure how they're going to clean that up. They're probably going to have to literally get some new ceiling tiles because you can't exactly get, these are drop ceilings in
Yeah,
these
I
kind of
know.
buildings.
Yeah.
You don't get blood out of
They're
drop
kinda
ceiling.
porous, yeah.
Yeah. But somebody's cleaned up the blood on the floor. Somebody's over there cleaning the windows, getting the blood splatter off.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not saying shit until we get back in the car.
And the people eating, the homeless over there eating, they're still eating like nothing happened, like they're not in a room full of blood.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'll make arrangements to come back another time and volunteer. Mostly because you're my ride.
That
we
works.
should leave.
That too.
And as you all go back out, no police have shown up from a gunshot here.
No, he runs this turf.
Are the bodies piled up outside?
You don't know where they went.
They go.
Don't eat the hamburger next week. Joking. Joking. and you all return to your car where I don't think y'all going to talk on the street, so I'll let y'all return to your car.
Drive out of the general area a bit before we talk to, because, we're talking Malkavians here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have a feeling most of those homeless, if at least 3/4 of them I know were breathing, but that doesn't mean that they haven't been enhanced.
Yeah, I mean, especially since he seemed very familiar with them.
And they seemed very not even bothered in the slightest.
Yeah, that too,
I mean, while
guess.
I get it, they live on the streets and stuff like that. They see violence all the time. It's not going to be like in a place that they could feel safe. They expect to see that. But it's interesting they're sending humans in to test his capabilities. It's exactly what they're doing. But of course, they can't afford losses, and we just took at least 2 out.
Maybe
Looks like we will be moving.
Yeah. Plus. And we just got this new one set up, so like that's kind of a pain in the ass, Just got this one all nice and pretty.
It's fine. It's fine. It'll give us more to deal with. Give us more to do.
This area is a lot better. I've already been
Oh, yeah. Yes,
on
it
for
is.
my own.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's a much better place. There's actually things to do instead of, sit around in a logistics building twiddling our fucking thumbs.
What do you mean? You don't like the industrial vibe that it was giving off?
That everything's closed after like 7 p.m.?
Yeah. We had Janine.
We have Janine.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah, I
can
was gonna
travel
say.
with us. Okay.
Yeah.
We can put up the logistics building for sale if we want to, or keep it, whatever. Rent it out,
Yeah. So can we talk about the feigning elephant in the room?
Oh, yeah, she was full of shit.
I'm not even any good at sussing that, and I could tell she was full of shit. Okay. She was trying to get us out of there so she could deal with the fallout of whatever she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to know, honestly.
He's messed up. Whatever his vacation was, he's messed up. And she's having to keep a very tight leash on him.
Almost literal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still relatively a baby when it comes to the machinations of our HOA. But is there not a mechanism when something like this happens? Okay, I'll take.
You mean like an order of succession or a hierarchy or something where?
No, it doesn't quite work like that, it seems, because when Bella told me that he had just up and like disappeared, she was kind of in a panic. So obviously they don't have a contingency plan if something happens.
No.
Yeah. So I'm going to touch that one with kid gloves.
Yeah, I would like to lean into my lore sheet.
Okay.
About Tanya.
Your Ventrue lore sheet, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Ventrue lore sheet or your Ventrue merit?
The Ventrue merit, rather.
The clan merit?
Yeah.
Yeah, the clan merit.
What can I give you on Tanya for that? You wouldn't have heard a lot about her, so let's go more general. There's definitely something extremely inconsistent about her activities. And because I can't give you a lot about her specifically, there's the fact that she immediately got up and put her hand on his shoulder is very significant.
What if you combine that with the Ministry clan merit, where it is very specific to her motivations?
Her passing out had something to do with her hand on his shoulder. She was not shocked to have fainted. I'll give you that for your Ministry side.
So the question is, what can cause a kindred to faint?
Have I encountered anything like that with my cousins and uncles and
Oh, God, no.
family?
Look, I'm going to chalk it up to Malkavian shit.
I'll also relay what I kind of deduced about Tanya's hair. That even what looked out of place was on purpose. And it was conveying some sort of message, but I don't know to who.
I can tell you his aura seemed mostly fine, more calm and controlled, and I haven't examined it in detail before, so I have nothing to compare it to.
Under his control or under an external control?
I think under his.
Is there any chance I can make a deduction roll to figure out something as a character the player may not figure out?
Sure. I always let y'all do that. Let's go intelligence for those. Maybe you could argue wits, depending.
Investigation with deduction?
Yeah, sure.
I would also like to make that roll if possible.
I will
Always.
argue for wits. Is it a new scene? It's a new scene, so surge again, right?
Yeah, you have to surge again, new scene.
Okay.
I always allow people because it may be something that your character knows that your player doesn't catch on.
Oh,
Yeah.
Critical success. Okay, before I answer this one for you, Gwen, I have to ask a very specific question. Does Callum tell the group yet about her being delayed in her responses?
Yes.
Okay. It is entirely possible. You've heard this done before. Actually, given your clan and where you were in Chicago, there was another kindred in Chicago that routinely seemed distracted because he was blind and was using other senses the whole time. It only happened when the one whose senses he was using was at a distance and not right next to him.
Gwen will relay that. I think we're all still a little stumped, but
Bo, you can do that ability.
right. And that's what I it's
Does it
Sounds
work
like-
like that?
I'm still learning how to do it. So I don't know all of its ins and outs and how you can manipulate it, but I guess in theory.
Maybe she was doing that to control his reaction to things?
What I get is it's the sharing is not a one-way street.
Yeah.
I can just as much share my senses with someone as
That's
I
what
can.
I'm thinking. Maybe she was applying her own to keep him controlled.
Intelligence, insight from anyone who wants to roll. Or intelligence.
Could I
Y'all wanna
do intelligence auspex since it's dealing with an auspex power?
Sure. If you think you have anything to roll to try to figure out, maybe hit me up with it. Let me know, and I'll probably let you roll it if it makes sense. God damn, 5.
Getting there, sorry.
Wait a minute. Cat got 5 on 6 dice with a crit or no crit, just lots of successes. That's impressive. There's the good rolls all of a sudden. Cat's with a 5. Bo with a 3. That don't help. Rashad with a 4. Gwen with a 4. Cat, you had the most. What if she wasn't sharing senses? What if she was sharing emotion?
Oh, fuck. She wasn't sharing her senses, Bo. She was sharing her emotions.
I mean, now that you say that, that makes sense. I mean, with Manuel's disposition.
That is fucked up. No wonder she was exhausted. Constantly having to overlay his own with hers.
Yeah, I guess the question then becomes whose emotions did he have previously that she didn't want getting out?
Yeah.
Clearly someone
Triggered the fuck out of him.
probably more on the violent side, I would gather by his
Yeah, by his little comment to me.
Which
and
further
her reaction
explains,
to
Yeah.
it.
I caught
which
that.
further explains the vacation.
Yeah.
Well, the vacation could have been what caused it. Maybe he was meeting
Either
with
way,
someone.
either way,
Or
yeah.
she took him away to get it out of his system enough so that she could control it.
That was where my first instinct was, but it could certainly be either. Whether cause or effect.
Yeah, either way, it's irrelevant because it is. Fuck. Yeah, no, nobody can help her with that. You would have to be of at least close, if not comparable power to him, to his own, to accomplish that.
Yeah.
That does probably increase the likelihood of her being his child. It's speculation, but right now, but that kind of helps support that. If she's able to.
Someone of my clan may also be able to assist him. There are stories of us using wraiths to gain back our feelings. I imagine it could be similar the other way.
I feel like if that were the case, I don't know if it would have drained her as much. I feel like that would kind of split the energy, maybe, between the Wraith and the Kindred.
I don't know.
Yeah. Again, I'm kind of chalking it up to it's something we can't do shit about. Good to know. But what are we going to do about it? You know? And,
Keep Tanya on our good side.
well, yeah. Generally try to keep the entire HOA on our good side.
Yeah.
What is it, Bo?
Hmm?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
No, I was just agreeing.
Yeah.
I need to go and find source of blood, unfortunately.
Well, we're right next to the rack. You want to hit that?
I'm afraid that's not the best idea for me. My process is a bit more detailed.
Oh, okay. I don't need details. All right. I'll take us back to the place so you can handle your business.
So you all are heading back the rest of the way to your current domain, but not for long.
Mm-mm.
I know Rashad is going to go out and get that. I'm looking at time. I'm looking at everything else, what we've got going on. Okay. So as you get back, Rashad, you're setting out immediately to go feed. What is the rest of the group going to do?
Rashad, did you need anyone to tag along, be close by?
Welcome to. It isn't a big secret or anything.
Just with everything that's going on, I don't feel like any of us should be roaming around alone.
I think Bo would want to find a spot where he and Gwen could have a private conversation. Like as people are departing, he might ask Gwen to stick back and they find a spot to have a conversation.
Okay. So Bo,
Kat, what about you? What are you doing?
Kat's kind of mulling stuff over, so she might hang out at the logistics place just for a little bit.
Checking in with Janine, checking for calls, seeing what's going on.
And she's kind of thinking, what if Tanya isn't actually Kaitif? It's just something she's pondering.
You can fill Janine in on what's going on.
Yeah, she'll have it. She'll just,
You got to fill Janine in that you'll be moving.
We're going to be,
Yeah.
relocating.
I just got this job and you're talking about moving?
Yeah, but you know what? You're coming along.
Oh, okay. As long as we get that, that'll be fine.
Yeah.
Be a better job too.
It's going to be a better place.
I mean, look, I get paid pretty well to sit here most of the time and not even answer phones.
That's okay. You can do nothing in the new place too.
I'm studying for my degree most of the time while, here.
Good.
So Bo and Gwen need to have a talk. So I'll let Bo and Gwen have a talk real quick.
Remember our little side project?
Yeah.
The other night when after our encounter with the werewolves, I still don't even know how to describe it. It's like I got summoned by, do I remember the guy's name? Or was I given a name?
Mr. Tenner.
Mr. Tenner, yeah.
Mr. Tenner, sorry. He wanted to show me something. Sorry, I don't mean to. Just still so strange thinking back on it.
No, it sounds strange and confusing.
We were standing on what if I remember correctly, a parking garage, and he pointed down at this fight that was about to happen. Like people were piling out of a bar, and just looked like they were about to fight. And then they stopped. And that's when I became more cognizant of the music. And Mr. Tenner, he said something like, this wasn't the plan. This isn't what they had in mind for the music. It was disrupting. So the sisters stopped it. And all of them just stopped and stood there, motionless.
So they don't just listen, they conduct.
Yeah, in a manner of speaking.
Music.
They have their own plans for the music. or they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, like, yeah, I guess conducting is a good word for it. There's some grand design for the music, and they are keeping order for it, and are stopping anything that would disrupt the song.
This brings up a very philosophical question.
I guess
Does it
last point is I tried focusing on it harder, and then I blacked out until almost sunrise, until dawn, and almost, had to get my ass out of there. So be careful.
I mean, I haven't heard any of the music and I haven't been summoned, you said, so. But the point I was going to make, though, is are they trying to get to a specific end with the music? Are they trying to make sure it becomes a certain piece? And if so, might it not be beneficial to figure out what that end is? Or is it free form and they just kind of keep harmony compared to an actual song?
I was just about to say I don't know, and I still don't know. I mean, a lot of this is just over my head. But with going back to our first conversation on the way to the food pantry, you know what songs are or can be? Maybe lullabies. Maybe the song is keeping something asleep.
Maybe it was.
Or maybe it's trying to wake something up.
Maybe that's why there's the change. Is it was a lullaby, but now something's waking. That makes sense with what Kat saw.
I lean to lullaby because a fight sounds something that would be harsh, percussion like, and that might be something that disturbs something more soothing.
Maybe that's the end goal. Is they're trying to keep it a lullaby, but the natural whatever's causing the shift,
A lot of disturbance.
is changing it from that.
Shit.
But I don't think it's that. Hearing and controlling the music sounds so rare. I mean, none of us had even really heard of it before, and was practically myth for those who did. Is the change, whatever is occurring, the music sounds like a side effect and not the implicit action? Does that
Maybe
make sense?
a catalyst, maybe.
Yeah, like the music is a metaphor, I guess is
Right.
what I'm saying.
Well, it's just the more, regardless, the more I
Symptom.
try to focus on it, I almost got my ass dusted.
But that doesn't mean you'll always get your ass
No,
dusted if you do it.
I'm just saying it has a control, and maybe that's the thing. Whatever song they're quote unquote playing is they're trying to control something, whether it's events or an entity. I could be wrong. It could be wild. Like I said, I feel like I'm sounding crazy right now.
No, I get it. I understand. Do you think that it was more that you were being lulled as a side effect, or that it was just draining trying to connect to it? Because if it's the song and it just affected that, then
Oh yeah, I think with
anything for
some
you, but
practice,
if
I think
you
with more practice, I could listen more more intently. But
well, you should definitely practice then. Maybe not outside.
yeah, it's just. I mean,
Maybe
that
not alone.
so happened. I was summoned by Mr. Tenor. He gave me some indication that I should try focusing, and
Summoned
didn't.
how?
Want me to try now?
Well, no, how are you summoned? I mean,
Storyteller, how was I summoned again?
You just felt an urge to go there. That's all.
It was like I was pulled to it. I
so you
can't.
probably always have a connection to it. I don't know that you need to be with him.
Do I feel any sort of pull or call to anything at the moment?
No, not tonight.
I'd like to agree with you. I don't feel that same instinct currently.
But think about it. I mean, if it's a song, typically, especially elaborate songs, are played with an orchestra, and not every instrument plays at the same time. So it just might not be your turn to play, but that doesn't mean you can't hear.
I'm going to use premonition.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll.
And I will warn Gwen. I'm going to try something now. Fair warning.
Let's see if you roll another bestial failure.
Oh dear Lord.
The dice have been hot and cold tonight.
Oh jeez.
I mean, cats around here somewhere, Gwen will scream need be.
Start screaming, cat!
Are y'all still at the place?
Oh yeah, they're still in another
we're
part of
just
the
like a
place
side
while Cat's
somewhere.
talking.
Cat will show up.
Yeah, Cat's still talking to
What's up?
Janine.
Yeah,
Two.
willpower.
If she needs to scream. She hasn't screamed
Okay,
yet.
once you scream, she'll come.
3, huh? As you go and strain. Tonight, there is music. There's music.
Can I talk while I am under this?
No.
Okay.
You hear the music. It is music there's a main tone, but there's a subset of the music. You know it's there. It's in counterpoint, but you can't hear it. There's a hidden aspect to the music that's completely lost on you. You can't tell if it's shaping the music or moderating it in some way or just there. But the main tune is hiding a separate tune completely hidden within somewhere.
And I try and express that best as I could to Gwen. Might just take some practice.
I mean, it sounds like you're hearing something.
Yeah. Yes. It feels like there's something I'm also not hearing that's there.
But you know it's there.
Right.
So
It's a weird dichotomy.
I wonder if this would be difficult. And I don't quite know how we would do this without causing problems. But some type of like A/B testing to see if we could influence it in some way to see if you're actually hearing it or if it's just something else unrelated. I don't know. I don't know how to change the music. I mean, I don't think we really have that.
Oh, lucky for you. There are two things I believe. one, art requires sacrifice. And two, the bigger the risk, the bigger the score.
I mean, do you have any ideas for
Well,
how to do this? I don't even
sorry.
know.
Sorry, you just said the score usually implies like loot or something you get, but score in this case could mean like a music score. There's a double meaning. It's incredible. Like we're on the right track here, Gwen.
Is that never mind. I don't know if it's necessary to understand the pun or double meaning to understand the context of what you said.
No,
I'm sorry, Bo.
No,
I
it's fine.
appreciate the explanation.
No, I was very excited when I heard that. I'm like, oh, hey, that also works.
She's kind of like pats you on the shoulder. Where do we go from here?
You don't need to patronize me. It's fine. A lot has happened in the last few days, and I'm lucky I'm sane right now.
You seem to be doing better.
I'm trying.
It seems like you have like hope again with it.
I think I'm compartmentalizing. With knowing that, and I'm sorry for just changing subjects so drastically, knowing that I not only possess, but I am something that is binding my mother, who is in some sort of death loop as a ghost to this world, is not a fun feeling. So I'm trying to cross that bridge as we learn more and not let it.
You're not the only one.
Wait. And he just kind of eyes her. You too?
Yeah.
Now we're going to pin right there at that pause in the conversation. Kat, you're over talking with Janine. And she's talking to you. Suddenly she goes, what is that ugly motherfucker doing?
And Kat looks where she's looking.
She's looking at the cameras.
Okay.
She points to one. There is an ugly motherfucker.
Do I recognize this ugly motherfucker?
No, he is almost be described as rat-faced motherfucker. Perched on the trash cans across the street from the logistics place.
Okay.
Not sitting on him, perched.
Perched.
Yeah, he's got like a squat going on, and he's just kind of.
Does it look like a nos?
Oh yeah. When I say rat-faced, longer nose, beady little eyes.
Her rat-faced brother too.
No, he's got a longer nose, beady little eyes.
Okay.
Whiskers that seem to stick out. He looks odd as fuck sitting over there.
Okay, so Kat will go out and walk.
Do you let anyone else know that you've seen it?
And she'll send out a text to the.
You're all in the building, so.
Oh, everyone's still.
Except for Rashad. Rashad's the only one's gone.
Callum left.
Callum, did you leave with him, Callum?
Yeah.
So it's just Gwen, Kat, and Bo.
Text to Gwen and Bo. Hey, I see a nos across the street. I'm going to go check it out. And
this comes right in the pause of in your conversation.
Mm-hmm. And literally, I just go out, walk up to him. What's up?
So are the other two going?
Yeah, she said not. She didn't say not to. So
I didn't say not to. I just said I'm going to go check it out.
So I think we'll go back.
It was a question. It was probably an emotionally intense conversation. So if you wanted to stop mid-conversation, Gwen wouldn't say no to stopping.
I think it was. I look at it as a good interrupting point. Like we were at that pause point. She's like, "Hey, by the by," we're like, "Cool, let's go. Let's compartmentalize and go."
And as you go out, Kat's already halfway across the street.
Oh, yeah, she's walking
and
like.
There is a dude. He is wearing baggy jeans, dirty t-shirt. He's got no coat on.
Mm-hmm.
His face is very rat-like. Long, pointy nose, like longer than it should be. Whiskers at the end of it. There is no way he could walk down the street and not instantly be identified as
something weird.
As something, either someone who went through a lot of cosmetic surgery
Yeah.
or someone not human.
Yeah.
And as Cat's coming across the street, he even lifts his nose, and his nose is moving up like he's sniffing the air.
What's up?
Hey. I only have 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay, I count 3. Where's the rest of you?
Handling business. What's up?
Oh, fuck. I guess I just talked to you all. Yeah, I heard you all had some problems with us.
Oh, no, I just have a problem with those of you that sent your rats to hide my brother.
See, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. Let me.
Oh, good. I didn't eat your rat then.
Okay. No. Let me explain some things here. They weren't supposed to be doing that.
Well, no shit.
Well, yeah, no shit. That was unsanctioned, you might say.
Yeah.
So we've dealt with them.
Okay, good.
And we just want you to know that, let's not
I wasn't planning on escalating.
not get all pissy about it.
Y'all escalate.
Yeah, let's not get all pissy about it and everything. But I just give the word out. We know that was violating our neutrality, and we don't. Most of us don't agree with that, and we're dealing with them.
Excellent.
But internal
What's your
clan business, I can't tell you what we're going to do to them for it, but they're going to get dealt with. Don't worry.
What's your name?
Oh, they just call me Ricky.
Ricky? Okay.
Well, that's what they call me. Ratface.
What do you prefer to be called?
Ricky.
Ricky? Okay.
Yeah.
Cat.
No. See, now, no, wait. You cannot be named Cat.
It's short for Katerina, but yeah.
Okay, I'll call you Katerina. I'm needlessly worried about cats and all. I'm sure you understand. Things being what they are here.
I get you.
And who are you two?
Hi, I'm Gwen.
Okay, that's a good name, not a cat name. I'm fine with that one.
Not a cat name.
And she points to Bo.
I'm feline.
No,
This is
see.
Bo.
Oh, Jesus.
This is Ricky.
Okay, Felix. I'm going to call you Felix. Okay, Felix.
Ricky says that the rats covering my brother during the hit on the restaurant was not sanctioned, that they realize it is a violation of their neutrality, and they have taken care of it internally.
We were fine with the rats being there. That's not violating neutrality. Him hiding amongst us, though, that shouldn't have been allowed. That's not what we're supposed to be doing.
I'd roll the bullshit check on if they took care of them. I don't know if
Okay.
3 is enough.
3? He's not lying about they took care of him, but you're not sure about how harsh that punishment might have been.
Okay.
Look, I'm going to trust y'all handle your clan's business. And honestly, it's fine if y'all want to pretend to be neutral.
Yeah, I'm going with the theme of this damn city. Apparently, I don't understand the HOA thing. I'm the public works person for this area here. So if you need anything, you talk to me. If you need to negotiate passage, for this.
No, I typically go above ground.
Well, I realized we hadn't formally been introduced. I'm the one for this zone right here.
Okay.
Now, it's
Ricky.
obvious he doesn't know you're not going to be here much longer, but
she's not telling him.
Ricky, I have an office building, and I'm leasing an office in a building that I've been told is in the center of above your all center territory. Is there someone in particular I should be talking to to make sure things are?
Let me see. That's the center of town. Where center of town? There's a lot of zones. It's a big city.
So it's kind of the government district. It's
By
right
the
near
T-Mobile Center.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's Bucko. You'll know why when you see him.
Is there a way? How should I contact Bucko?
I mean, the easy way is tell the rats. Or, I mean, if you really want to be cutesy about it, you take a bottle, right? You put a note in it and you drop it down the storm drain.
Does he have a preference?
I don't think he gives a shit.
Okay.
Look, we just trying to exist. Y'all fight all you want. We don't want any part of that shit, y'all.
Not
know.
until y'all know it. There's a winner in sight.
I don't know what you're talking about. We are neutral.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
We are maintaining our neutrality, you see.
Of course.
Hey, I don't make the decisions.
It's fine, Ricky.
This is my zone. I didn't want any. I figured I'd come tell y'all about it because I didn't want any heat coming down on me.
No.
I didn't want somebody to start gassing my damn sewer, putting gasoline and lighting it up or anything crazy like that.
No.
You know, I got a nice crib down there.
Honestly,
Who is in charge?
yeah.
No, I can't tell you that.
Oh, okay.
You talk to me, and if it warrants higher escalation, I will get in charge with our public works manager. And he gets a grin because he knows he's just making fun of the Camarella's little HOA.
Mm-hmm.
He finds it rather amusing.
Bureaucracy. I get it.
Yeah, I have to fill shit out in triplicate, and we got to get it filed. We got to get double stamped.
But do you have the red stapler?
No, red staplers. They didn't do too well down there.
So with my message in a bottle, I should attach a stapler.
Yeah, go ahead. I think that'd be funny, actually.
Well, Ricky, if you can say one thing, we have a sense of humor.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that because a lot of people in this town don't.
Yeah. Okay, well, no, we're cool.
Just making sure I didn't want to be problems, you know.
Like I said, I sent my message loud and clear and figured if there was going to be any escalation, we would meet it head on. But if there wasn't, I'll just ignore y'all because y'all are pretending to be neutral.
Now, that don't mean I won't escort them through into your place if they, pay the price.
Right. And that's fine. They can come.
And now that I've got names, if they ask me, I can negotiate that deal too.
Of course.
You understand how it works.
Yeah, I do. And I also know where your territory is.
Well, of course, this is mine.
Mm-hmm.
The whole city's owned by somebody.
Of course.
Unless you're one of the dirt pounders up here. Y'all can fight over that. We don't care about that.
I got you. But we understand each other.
I'm hoping so.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I wanted to say. I wanted to make sure before there was misunderstandings and like problems come up. And then, we'd have a whole thing and y'all'd be pouring gasoline down the hole. And then I would have like the rats chew all the electrical lines in the building that you're in, before we get on all that. Or I wait till summer and chew a hole in the copper HVAC system so that, you get to just swelter in there. Before we get on all that, I just figured
Yeah, no, that's fine.
it is fun though when I have them chew the tires. Not for the rat that chews the hole in the tire. He normally gets blown, quite a bit when he does it, depending on
And
how
it's
he hits
funny.
it.
I find I can eat a whole bunch of them and not get full.
You'll find there's a whole bunch of them to eat.
I bet.
Pardon the pun, but they breed like rats down here.
I know. Almost like guppies.
Yeah. That's what makes it so good. That's all. I just wanted to make sure we understood each other.
Oh, absolutely.
If you need me,
Each other.
just yell down the sewer grate or something. Somebody will pass it to me.
All right, Ricky.
Okay. And he gets up, jumps off the trash can from his squat, goes right over to a manhole, lifts it up, and drops right down in the manhole. Doesn't climb the ladder. He literally just jumps down the manhole. The manhole is not closed. There's just an open manhole on your street now. That'll pop a tire.
A cat's going to close it. And she mutters asshole as she does it.
Never a dull night.
Never.
I thought he was rather polite.
Yeah. Very politely
Me.
threatened us. Yes, that was brilliant. But that's okay.
At least now we have a face and know something.
Oh, yeah, we
Better than knowing
absolutely
nothing.
do. We know that Ricky, who the Nos call Ratface, is in charge of this territory of the Undercity or
We know
underground
there's
or
likely
whatever.
some division amongst them too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That not everyone agrees with siding to certain ways or even being neutral.
Intelligence politics. This is a good one. Intelligence politics. It's too bad Callum's not here. I might even let him have etiquette, but he's not here. 3 from
Could I
Gwen.
do edit? Could I do intelligence etiquette? I have a dot in that instead of.
Sure, you can.
politics.
I got 3.
3. 3 from Gwen.
Oh, I had one more in etiquette than I did in politics.
Bo got 3. We got 3 and 3s and 3s all over the place. I will say, it's entirely possible they didn't give a shit that this was done. This wasn't unsanctioned. It's entirely possible they just paid lip service that it was unsanctioned. He said they were dealt with, Bo. Did not say they were dealt with in a negative way.
Right. Yeah,
All 3 of y'all had enough successes to realize that.
right. God, they're annoying.
Yeah, I was warned multiple times by my associate in Chicago that don't trust a damn one of them.
So then it comes to question. Do they really at least want to save face? If so, why? Or do they think they're just that above that they can mock?
I think it's twofold. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. We just firebombed a fucking safe house in the heart of fucking Sabbat territory. You know that's been going around like fucking wildfire.
If numbers
He's
weren't
trying
in
to
it,
cover
we would-
his ass and at the same time rub our noses in it a little bit. Because he specifically said he didn't want, gas and fire being dropped down on him.
He didn't say anything on the other stuff. So if there's other stuff we can, that's technically not gas and fire. We could probably do that.
No, but if he fucking crosses me, I will bomb the shit out of his shit.
Right. And then probably eat him.
And I'll eat his rats too.
Didn't the tunnels in Chicago flood and that caused a lot of problems? Maybe water's a good way to do it.
I hear we get waterlogged. And if we wipe out their food supply, well, damn. But I'm not taking the war to them as long as they don't take the war to us. If they keep pretending to be neutral in a way that is perceived as neutral, fine. But if they don't, they'll fuck around and find out.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's all any of us ever do is anything politics ever is just pretending.
Yeah.
Stay on someone's good side.
Yeah. So, great. Now I'm going to ask my contact in Chicago about Ratface Ricky and find out everything I can about him.
Ask about Bucko, too.
And Bucko. Yeah, Bucko. That's another one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, because they may know where we are, but they don't know who we know.
They only know where we are for now.
For now, he doesn't know we're moving.
Yeah.
So that tells me he doesn't have direct ends to the Manuel.
At least not yet.
At least not yet.
Or he was testing us to try and see what we would give up.
True. True. I give nothing to the rats for free.
I think this has been a busy night for everybody
Mm-hmm.
and a frightening night in some ways.
Yeah.
Because now you saw the darker side of Manuel.
Mm-hmm. Still not as scary as the dragon sleeping under the city.
No shit. One's an antediluvian, one's not.
Cat is still distressed.
And yes, you did find out that Bucko is the one you need to talk to in your new domain.
Uh-huh.
And I think right here, everybody, we're going to end this episode. I'd hope to get a chance to do the Otto scene, but that will happen. Your meeting with Otto will happen next episode at the start of the episode. So will Gwen's meeting with Setsuko. Because now it's in the book. It's been scheduled. Has to happen. And I'd like to thank my players and the viewers, of course. Thank you for coming out. XP. There were some good scenes and some good shit that I saw tonight that I liked. I'm going to give everybody 3 XP tonight. I love the way people's minds were going and running down what was exactly happening with Manuel and Tanya tonight. And then the music scene that held it to it. So, you know what? 3 XP for everybody. I'm a generous storyteller. See, I can be a good guy. Please, everybody, join us on our Discord. The cast of this show came from the Discord. That's where we get all our shows from. So if you want to, hang out with some decent people, we got a real good community, and possibly get to playing games with us. Maybe not this one because the casting call has already been done for this one. It'll be a long time before we do a casting call for this show, at least. Hopefully we won't at all, and we'll go through with the same cast all the seasons. We'll see. We hope. But we get other shows popping up from time to time. So join us on a Discord. Maybe you get a chance to play with us. Now, if you want to catch our back episodes, go to YouTube. You can watch back episodes of this one, which is our Kansas City. You can see Windy City, our completed chronicle, Demon, Wraith, Changeling, Werewolf, Mage, Dear God. We've covered everything except Mummy.
Series and one-shots of indie games. Oh, my God.
We've done every World of Darkness, old World of Darkness except Mummy. Mummy the Resurrection. But, hey, I might do that at one point. Who the fuck knows? So catch that. If you want to see D&D or Call of Cthulhu, pop over to the Ishval channel. Check out Tiss is there. You might even get to see Rashad down here. He's in that one. He's in the Call of Cthulhu. There with their cheese murder. The cheese board of murder that goes on over there. The game where constantly the players ask, can I have explosives? And the keeper goes, no, you can't have explosives. Wonder why. If you want to get you some merch, check out some McStabber Studios merch. We've got a number of things for merch. Make sure you sign into the merch store because some of it's adult and it won't show up for you otherwise. If you want to see some amazing content creators, check out our friends. The RPG Table, Ravenous Archon, and of course, Mischievous Red, who is right over here. And we'll get to talk about, what she does when she's streaming. Right now, she's kind of been busy from moving and can't stream, but I'm sure she'll get back to it eventually. So you're aware, bits and donations, they go to the players. It's a way for you, the viewers, to give something to the players. If you want to give to the studio, subscribe here on Twitch. Twitch takes half. They're fucking pimps. You can get us a coffee. They don't take half. You can do that way. Or if you're watching on YouTube, a free way to support the studio is on YouTube. Like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification icon. All of that drives us up on the search ratings, gets us more views, which gets us a few extra pennies without costing you a thing other than a few minutes of your time. So go ahead and do that. And now I can turn it over to my wife for the schedule because it turns out we have other content going on.
Do you want to go around to folks first?
No, I do that in between the schedule and need help.
Okay. All right. So coming up, first off, thank you for joining us for this session tonight. It was a little nuts, but it was fun. And then coming up tomorrow, we have at 3 p.m. Eastern, Call of Cthulhu 7E, London Esoteric Society, run by our amazing European GM, Dr. Tiss. Her crew of investigators are investigating some sus-ass Eldritch bullshit in Victorian-era London. Sometimes you see Ree there, but yeah. Join her.
It's very sus.
Yeah, it's very sus. There's some very sus stuff. I do hear that she's going to work on having more cheese murders and bodies buried in the garden. So yeah, check that out on tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then we will be back here on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Shanky and I, with some other amazing folks, are going to be playing Vampire the Masquerade Dark Ages as we escort the fucking bastard Goratrix.
The dickless bastard Goratrix.
The dickless Wonder Boy.
Because he cut it off as part of the ritual.
who is so full of himself. Jesus, that hubris is huge.
Tremere, enough said.
Yeah, as we escort him to the fortress at Seoris and possibly meet Tremere himself. I'm sure that's going to go swimmingly. I'm sure.
I'm sure it will be a walk in the park.
Yeah,
Nothing
it's gonna
bad.
be great. Yeah, and then of course that's at 8 p.m. on Wednesday, and at 8 p.m. on Friday we will be back here for session 6 of season 2 of Vampire the Masquerade, Kansas City, A Domain Divided. We're moving on up to the east side.
And happy early birthday to Mojita. I know she's not in chat anymore, but happy early birthday to Mojita.
And
I know she'll watch the VOD.
And happy International Women's Day to all my girlies out there, whether you is she, they, whatever. Love you all.
Now let's go around the table. I know, Callum, you're just with us on here, but Ree, I know you got stuff going on.
Yes, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, we over on Rerolls will be starting our Bourbon Street Blues actual play, where we play as vampires in the city of Louisiana, and I get to play as Mitzi in that story. So go ahead and check us out and see how that goes.
Lovely.
More Zamitzi love. Gotta love it there. Bo, you got anything going on there?
I'm going to be making beef Wellington this weekend.
Nice.
Oh, share the pictures on the Discord. I got to see it because I watch a lot of Ramsey. I love Hell's Kitchen, and that seems to be the one that he loves to abuse them. That and scallops.
Oh yeah, because you can burn the
I
shit
love
out of
scallops.
scallops.
Yeah, those
Love
are the two that
scallops.
fuck everybody up. And I've been tempted
I might
to
do
make
scallops
beef
instead.
Wellington at some point, and I want to see someone else try it first.
Oh, I've made it before.
Mm.
Or I want to see pictures of it.
Okay, well, I'll share pictures of the previous beef Wellington.
Okay, that'll work too.
'Cause
Gwen,
I might switch to scallops.
scallops. Yeah, he loves it, either undercooked or burnt scallops and smash them every which way. It's rough. Gwen, what you got going on? I know that you're not streaming right this second, but
Yeah, so I'm still moving in case the lack of a red wig didn't give that away. And my stuff's still packed. So I will at some point soon, hopefully, again be streaming on Mischievous Red, where I will stream mini paintings and Final Fantasy 14.
yeah, if you're going to wait until you're fully unpacked before you streamed, if you're like in this house, you'll never get to stream again. You might want to stream before you're fully unpacked.
Unpacked enough to where I actually have things.
Some people actually fully unpack. I just don't. Ain't nobody got time for that.
And that's a great segue into mental health, everybody. It's not a joke. It's not a laughing matter. Hey, if mama don't have the spoons to unpack, she don't have the spoons to unpack. I mean, that's just the way it is. We don't joke about mental health here. We take it very seriously. And I want you to check in on those around you, make sure they're okay, because a lot of people aren't. Sometimes it just takes somebody reaching out to them and being a lifeline for them. But if you suffer from mental health issues, I want you to reach out to your own support network, because you shouldn't have to do it alone. There's nothing wrong with admitting you need help, but I know a lot of people don't have that support network. So if you look in chat, there's a list of numbers. You can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I know some people wonder why we do this every week. We do it because we care, and we're not going to stop doing it every week.
And honestly, both of us have lost people we cared about to suicide.
Yep.
And it's heartbreaking for those that are left behind.
Yep.
Survivor's guilt is a bitch.
Yes, it is.
So take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. If you're not in the U.S., go to findahelpline.com. If you're watching this on YouTube and you don't see all the other numbers, findahelpline.com.
Yeah.
You can put in the country you're in and get all the support network for your country, because mental health is health. We want you to take care of yourselves. And now I can turn it over to my lovely wife for her portion of the outro.
All right, y'all. Y'all know the drill. I'm Mama McStabber. I'm a registered nurse. I've been one for quite a while now. Gonna tell you, take care, not just up here, take care of all this shit. Okay, take care of it all. Make sure you get your vaccines, get your boosters, get your vax, get your all that shit. Get your fucking flu shot, get your fucking COVID booster, get your fucking tetanus shot if it's been over 10 years or you don't remember when. Okay, seriously, take care of yourself. Get checked out if you feel like there's something just off and you don't know what it is. Get it checked out. Listen to your fucking body. It will tell you when there's shit wrong. Seriously, take care of yourself. And y'all know I'm political as fuck. Can't help it. It's the way I'm just made. Make sure you're registered to vote. Super Tuesday just passed, but the number of states still have outstanding primaries to come. Make sure you are registered and you participate, because when you participate in primaries, that helps you pick who you want on your ballots. Whether it be on the federal level, state, or local, you can pick who you want on your ballots if enough people vote for those people. So seriously, participate in that. It's important. And if you are registered, please check your registration. Make sure it is still active. Sometimes voter registration rolls get purged. Also, make sure it is correct, because not every state has open primaries. A lot of them have closed primaries where you have to be affiliated with a specific party to participate in that party's primary.
Mine got switched and I had to switch it back because
2
years after I'd switched party affiliation, they switched it back on me for no reason.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And usually something like that is a clerical error, but sometimes it's done on purpose.
Yep.
So just know.
But just check.
Check and fix it. And make sure, of course, as we go through primaries and eventually get into the actual general election in November, that you do plan to participate in that, whether it's through mail-in voting, voting early, or day of. Said with love.
And get your damn shots, people. Get your damn shots. And I know it's hypocritical for me to say that because I have white coat phobia and have anxiety issues going to get shots. I'm just saying, get your damn shots. Okay? Please, thank you all for coming. And I hope you're enjoying this season. Hey, everybody, this is the halfway point. Halfway through the season. And look at all the fucked up shit that's happened. And we're not done yet. So thank you all for coming. Good night, everybody.